An Indigenous community in Western Australia's remote Kimberly region is taking part in a study to help protect the next generation. It's invited researchers to study their population in a bid to prevent babies being born with alcohol-related disorders. Community leaders say they're aware of the stigma attached to drinking in Indigenous groups, but they fear that if they don't act now, there will be devastating consequences. Louise Negline reports.
Fetal alcohol spectrum disorders affect an individual from birth to the grave. Brain damage suffered in utero is permanent.
It can result in abnormal facial features or damage to structures such as the heart or the kidneys.
Those affected have health and learning difficulties for the rest of their lives. It's believed that as many as 1 in 3 children in Fitzroy Valley suffer from alcohol-related disorders. Research suggests that 90% will never be able to live and work an independent adult life, and more than half will be imprisoned.
A lot of women doesn't know. Till today, they still don't know. They don't know what alcohol does when they're pregnant.
Indigenous leaders of Fitzroy Crossing were so alarmed by the growing number of children affected by alcohol-related disorders, they made an educational video for themselves. They also took the brave step of inviting researchers from the George Institute and Sydney University to study their community. 130 women were interviewed about their pregnancies, their circumstances and the early life of their child.
This is an issue for all women, and it's not just an Aboriginal issue.
What we learn from Fitzroy will inform governments and help the wider community.
Last week, the Prime Minister singled out the community for introducing alcohol restrictions and leading education forums for the locals.
Fitzroy Crossing is a quieter and more peaceful town for families to live in and a better place for kids to grow up in.
Here's an invitation to the Prime Minister to come and hear our stories and sit with the people who are trying to rebuild our communities.
Indigenous leaders hope if they can prevent the next generation being inflicted with FASD, their culture will also have a better chance of surviving. Louise Negline, ABC News.